Good afternoon, kings and queens, gentlemen and ladies. This is Refined Rose back with another video. Y'all, people carry a spirit when they meet us. Some of us can feel it. Some of us can't feel it anymore because we ignored that gut feeling. So people enter into our lives for many reasons. Some enter into our lives because they love us. They want to help us grow and mature spiritually, or because they want something from us, or just because they're toxic people and they want to be in another toxic relationship because it's fun. It's boring not being in a relationship. So y'all, I had a gut feeling with my abuser, and so did all my associates around me at the time before I got into this toxic relationship. So it's my fault of getting into this toxic relationship because I had a feeling something wasn't right with my abuser and I couldn't pinpoint it. So I loved all the love bombing and attention in the beginning, and my friends wanted to tell me the things that they was feeling, but they said they didn't know how to really put it into words. And they said if they could have put it into words, I probably wouldn't have believed them anyway, because I had on my rose-colored glasses due to all the love bombing. But I should have known something was wrong, because we quickly entered into that relationship, and he started telling me about his ex-wife, whom he met when she was a child in school, and he was a grown man. He was flying back from Germany to here, and he was paying her mom money to keep it hush-hush, not say anything, because she was so young and underage. And the mom ended up getting sick with, what did he tell me? Something with, I think, kidney cancer or something like that. She was on dialysis and she died, and his ex-wife was on the same thing. She's on dialysis. So the mom was paid to keep it hush-hush, and the daughter was in the streets back then messing with D-boys. My husband had a lot of money back in the day. Anything he wanted it back in the day, he could pretty much go buy it. Any car you name, he probably already had it, been there and done that. And she was already messing with D-boys in this small town that she was at. So meeting my husband was a dream, but she ended up getting pregnant by him. So what she did is to hide it and conceal it from the school and conceal it from people in the neighborhood. She flew back to Germany with him, and he continued to pay the mom, and they lived in Germany until she became of age, and so it wouldn't look abnormal coming back. Well, why are you with such a girl? She's such a young age. But anyway, to make a long story short, family had called me, and they're like, you're feeling sorry for his ex-wife because you went through what you went through in about 12 months, and you're feeling sorry because she stayed with him for 21 years. They was like, you need to just worry about yourself. And they're right, because they said she's just as toxic as she is. The reason she stayed was because of the drug money, was because of the fast money. And when the money started drying up, that's when she left him. So he thought that he was getting her to use her, but she actually got with him to use him and was cheating on him. Come to find out, with the family members the whole time. So he just said, F it, I'm gonna get out there and cheat too. So he brung the baggage into our relationship, our legit legal relationship. I retired from the United States Air Force. I get my money legit. He was mad at me for getting my money legit and not being a whore. He used to say she was a whore. He used to call her a bitch when we first got together. I can't stand that bitch. I can't stand that whore. Yeah, they can. That's why they keep talking about them. And why you can't stand them, you're not together anymore. That means you still have baggage. See, they bring this baggage into a relationship with us. So if your significant other's always talking about her boyfriend, or he's always talking about his girlfriend, or they ex-wife, or they ex-husband, it's because they're not over the person. I've heard this lady name so many times in the house, how she whored around and how her pH balance was off. Y'all, those are indicators. Those are indicators something not right. And as soon as we try to get away, we're going to be the next victim that they talk about, like how he's talking about his ex-wife. And we're not going to be able to get away peacefully because they don't know how to exit the relationship peacefully. So what they do is they collect baggage from our relationship with them when there's no baggage there with us, because we're love and light. But they try to turn it into a negative, and they leapfrog from one relationship to the next relationship, and they got a trail of broken hearts or broken relationships, and probably a trail of records for when the police been called and they name in the system for domestic violence. We just have to search this stuff when we get with these people and pay attention, because people in the beginning, they tell you who they are when we first meet them. Because he was talking about this lady so bad, he's telling me who he is. He's a person that's full of hurt. He hasn't got over his first wife. He hasn't got over her cheating, and they had been divorced, I think, for like 2 or 3 years before I got with him. He hasn't reached out to counselors or therapy to try to process this and get over this. So he brought it to this relationship. So in turn, I got the ass beaten that he really wanted to give to her. I got called a bitch and a whore that he really wanted to call her. So it's like, I'm the standing figure. She's not here for him to attack. So he attacked me. So young ladies or older ladies, young men, older men, if you're going through this with your significant other, just be aware you're not the problem. That's probably the baggage that they brought into the relationship because they hadn't gotten over their relationship, their last relationship, they hadn't healed yet. So they bring in the baggage with us. And once we get tired of accepting all that baggage, that hate, the negative vibrations that they're feeding on out of their root chakra, and get this, y'all, they like to have sex. When it come down to sex, a lot of these abusers or a lot of these toxic people, they love to have sex. They're fine if you give them sex, but the cycle repeats all over again. They function in their root chakra. And a lot of abusers do cheat. A lot of narcissists do cheat. They have multiple women or multiple men. So y'all, we just have to be leery, pay attention to our gut feeling, because I didn't. I had all kind of nags in my gut, and I didn't want to believe what my gut was telling me. So now I look at the spirit of the person. When the person comes to me, male or female, wanting to be in my life, I have to listen to what my spirit is telling me about that person. If my spirit is off, or if my dog is acting weird, or if you have a pet and your pet is acting weird, just be leery. Something's not right. Your pets is going to always know. And if you hadn't pushed that spirit away that you got in your heart, the spirit of discernment, the spirit of enlightenment, if you hadn't pushed it away and ignored it too long, you would be able to pick up on these people, these men and women coming into your life. Because everybody coming into your life for a reason. You have to know what that reason is. It could be for love, or it could be to hurt you and tear you down. That's all I have for now. Refined Rose out. Bye for now.